Yep, I'm wearing a shirt from my university. Also, if you hear buzzing, my fan's on. Hey guys, Allie on YouTube here, and today I am back with the final video in my back to school series, and I am going to be giving a message to incoming freshmen as well as talk about 10 things that I learned during my freshman year. With that being said, let's begin. So the first thing I learned during my first year of college is finding where your classes are, and honestly that's probably like the most important thing with college, is knowing where you have to go to class. My school had a program that during welcome week for freshmen and new students, they put us in little groups of new students, and I want to say like 5 to 9 people. I don't know the group, but it's normally a sophomore, or I think sometimes a junior or a senior, and they have all these new students. And at one point during welcome week, they will take us through each building. Okay, the way that my group did it, I don't know if other groups did it differently, but my group, we had to know like what buildings our classes were in. So she would be like, oh, does anyone have a class in this building? And I'm like, yeah. So then she'd be like, okay, what rooms are we looking for? And then we'd tell her what rooms. She would take us to each room. She'd be like, this is your class, it's gonna be in there. That way you know. And honestly, I found that helpful. We didn't go through it the whole day like we were supposed to, because it was way too hot and we were tired and we like messed around more. But she did take us later. She did take us like to the classrooms that we needed to know. The rest, it was just easy to figure out where the classrooms are. If your school doesn't have a program like that for welcome week, then I suggest during welcome week, if you have any downtime and if it's like possible, go to your campus. Sometimes the buildings are open just because summer school classes were still going on, so you could just go and look for the classrooms and or download your campus app and use that as your GPS. What I did during second semester is I knew where the buildings were and some of the rooms were. It's just that during my free time after classes first semester, I would go and be like, okay, this is where my class is going to be next semester. Number 2, syllabuses or syllabi. Syllabus? I don't know the plural, but basically this is a syllabus. Trust me when I say this, this is a godsend, okay? This is your Bible for the semester, okay? So see, this is a packet. You're always gonna get a packet. In high school, you may have gotten like a sheet of paper, maybe 2 pieces of paper if you're lucky. This syllabus is 22 pages, but I printed it front and back to save paper, so it's actually 11 pages. But in the syllabus, you'll have your professor's information, like what classroom, what their policy, how to contact them. This one has my professor, office hours, their phone number, their email. It also has policies on excused absences and tests and assignments, and like how they want papers formatted. So I'm trying to find a page for you. So like this one, it talks about our exams. This page, you can't really see it, I'm not going to show you my syllabus, but it talks about homework and quizzes and all that. And so it talks about what textbooks I need, and it talks about what textbooks you need, how it wants papers to be formatted. So this one talks about like it needs an introduction, a body, and what goes into the introduction body for that certain paper. And then my favorite part, if I could find it in the syllabus, is this right here. Is the course calendar. You can't see it, but it's like a Excel sheet type page thing. But it just tells you like what week it is, what class days are those weeks. So like the first week we have class on the 28th, so it says week 1, and then Tuesday August 28th, and it tells you the topic we're covering that day. It tells you the readings that we need to have done, or the readings that we are doing. I think this has to be done because yeah, done, and if there's assignments or quizzes that day. Very, very helpful. My advice to you with your syllabus is to get a planner, write down all of your assignments on here. All of your assignments. You can't see it, but I wrote all my assignments, and they're color-coded and everything. in my planner. But on top of that, I kept my syllabus with me wherever. I keep mine in this handy dandy 6-pocket folder. Saves my life because at most I only have to take 6 classes. So each class, I put all my homework assignments and stuff in here. If there are times, rarely ever do you turn in stuff like in person. It's mostly online, but just in case, I keep this in there. Anything I need to print it out, or my syllabus, I keep it in there. Schools, I think it's a new thing, but my school, the department heads wouldn't let them print out syllabi, whatever, to us. We had to print them out on our own if we wanted them. I think only one class printed it, and I would just always go print these. Another thing of advice, I would take this, your syllabus, and find important things like, okay, honestly, I'll take a highlighter, go to this, and highlight either what their policies on late work is, or their policies on excused absences. Excused absences are the best. For my classes, I think at most we're allowed 3 without it affecting our grade, or 4 without it affecting our grade, and after that, that's when they start like taking points off your GPA. Just keep that on you, because trust me, it will save your life. And always consult the syllabus. If there's like about 99.9% of the questions you have are on the syllabus, and so when the professor tells you it's on the syllabus, they literally mean it's on the syllabus. Number 3, textbooks, the bane of my existence. I've taken about 15 classes from last August to now, and in my experience, we needed our textbooks for all my classes, except like there's just 2 issues. One being they decided to not use that textbook and use a different one for one, but it was just like a little chapter book, so it wasn't, maybe $6. And then the other case was I bought the books, but the class got canceled due to under enrollment, so I just switched to another class, and it's the same subject, exact same class. The professor just decided to use a different textbook, so again, with like another, I think that one was $14, so I lost a little bit of money, but I'm still gonna use it for reference because it's for one of my core classes for my major, and it will be very helpful. But other than that, we needed our textbooks, and in those 15 classes, I would say, I think I've only ever had 4 like actual textbooks, like the ones you get in high school, not like the hardbound ones, but they're much more condensed, and they're like more paperback books. And I know I'm using one next semester, and I probably have to use that book again for another semester. Most of the time you're going to get books, like, for my school at least, and all the classes I've taken, general education classes and core classes for both majors that I did, my first major and my current major, we needed books kind of like this, just a normal book. There's also a controversy with buying textbooks. I gotta stop saying but the controversy is whether or not to buy them before you go to your first day of class, or to buy them after your first day of class, after you go on the syllabus, because like I said, this will tell you like what books you need for class when you need them. For that class, because that's the only syllabus I have right now, the professor also made a video on our homework site thing, where he said that we need all 3 books, and that like which ones we need to take the class, how often we'll be needing them. So that came in handy because they let us know. So some professors will let you know, like, you need this book first day of class, or you need this book second day of class. In that case, for that class, I know for a fact that I don't need the first day of class. We're just going over the syllabus. But for the class on Thursday, because it's a Tuesday Thursday class, we're gonna need the book because we're gonna have homework due on Thursday. So from my experience, it's always been better to order the books or buy the books and then go to class, only because and this all works out too, because I go to college in state and I'm 40 minutes from my school. But I know some people can't do that because they live like out of state and they want to carry heavy books through TSA or whatever. But I haven't had a real problem with buying books, but I've seen people either when they have to go to the student store to get a snack or a pencil or something from there, there's always a very long line, and at that point it's not worth it to get that snack or that pencil from there because it's a long line of people trying to get their books because they had their first class and like, oh, well, I really need it. So they're trying to buy used or rent books or whatever they're doing there. It's a very long line. Or they order online to pick up from the student store, and that line is also long because there's a lot of people. There's a certain time frame. That line will be there all week, maybe even all the next 2 weeks. And one option that people also do is they order the books online from either like Amazon or Barnes & Nobles, and they will have it delivered to the school mailbox, to their school mailbox. And that line gets long, and because there's so many people having books delivered there, it just backs up because it's a student staff center. So, and it's such a small room when you have that many boxes coming that orders get backed up and you're waiting in line, and they're open from 9 a.m. to 4, and because of classes and how many people are in line, you can't always wait for it because they just have to go find the box, and or even order them online like that way. Then there's the issue of you ordering it from Amazon or whatever, and the book gets back ordered. I know that my first semester I had someone that I would let take pictures of my book because her book was back ordered, and we were using that book from the first day forward because we had an assignment. But then there's also issues of either several categories: buying books or renting books. And from there's also another subcategory of buying a digital book, the actual book, a loose leaf textbook, a new book, a used book. And that's it. There's a lot of factors going into it. I've never used a digital textbook because during both semesters I had professors that didn't really allow technology in the classroom, and those were classes that we kind of needed our books and stuff with us in, so I didn't want to use digital textbooks. And also there's also the issue of like sometimes you need the Wi-Fi to access it, and sometimes you're not gonna get Wi-Fi. There was one time we had a blackout in class, and after the lights came back on, the Wi-Fi was down for a little bit, so we were just like limited to stuff. So I always buy my books just because with renting, you know, it's cheaper. It's definitely cheaper, but you don't get money back because you have to return the book. But if you buy it, and my philosophy on this is buy cheap and sell back so you can get a little bit more money back, because they're gonna not pay you a decent amount. They're not gonna pay you full price of what you paid. They're gonna pay you like less than half. But if you already pay around half of what you pay or less than half, then you're not losing that much money. And I buy some books like for my English classes because I'm an English major. I'm keeping some books, like I don't know where I put it. Like this one I'm keeping, so I bought it new so I could annotate it and use it for later semesters or for reference. But that's this part of how you buy your books or what format you get your books in. That's all up to you. There's also the subject of loose leaf textbooks, which are the worst. But I'm pretty sure I've ranted enough about that. If not on YouTube, then in person. So we're not going to talk about loose leaf textbooks. Number 4, dorm living. This is also debated in my existence. What can I say about dorm? Living in a dorm can be either the best or worst thing. Actually, no, it's both the best and worst thing of your entire life. It's the best thing because you're already on campus, you're close to your classes, your food places, your friends. Just you're on campus already, so you're already there. It makes it easier. You're less likely to not skip. Well, sometimes you're less likely to skip, but your campus is your home. It's just closer to everything. It's more convenient. It's the worst thing because dorms are loud and they smell, and I mean they smell because, you know, the bathroom. It's a shared bathroom. Sometimes. My school had dormitories with shared bathrooms. Some of them had, not private bathrooms per room, but like shared bathrooms between 2 rooms. I don't know the experience between that because I didn't live in one, but from my experience, it was the worst. Okay, there was the 6 showers, technically 8 showers, and then 8 bathrooms. But one of the 2 of the bathrooms were handicap bathrooms, so there's a shower in there too. So that's why I said maybe 8. But there's that many bathrooms and showers, or restroom, toilets and showers. And there's 32 girls on the floor. Luckily, I don't think we had a problem with showers. Maybe like once every few weeks, everyone would be taking a shower in the 6 or 4 stalls. So that was the issue. But I took my showers at night, so I rarely ever had that problem. And in the morning, it's always deserted because people have classes at different hours. Some people have 8 a.m.s, some people have 2 p.m.s. The bathrooms are rarely ever full. But with that being said, I lived with 32 girls. Girls are gross. I don't know what like media is like. The girls are gross, okay? Toilet stalls are gross. Showers are gross. It's just a whole mess. And my one piece of advice I could share with you for living in dorms, if you're going to live on campus, invest in shower shoes. They don't have to be expensive. They don't have to be fancy. Honestly, I just bought cheap little flip-flops and I had 2 pairs of them, and that was it, and they worked because you just need something on your feet because you do not want to step on those shower floors. Trust me, you could get like foot fungus or something. I don't know. I didn't because I always wore my sandals, but always have something on your feet. Invest in either noise canceling headphones or earplugs because like I said, I lived with 32 girls. Not all the girls were loud. There was a select few that were loud, and it was annoying because I had night classes. So when I had to go to sleep, it's because I had to go to sleep because I had to wake up early for chapel, or I had maybe one early-ish class, or I was just tired from being in class all day because I had several 3-hour classes or whatever. I just needed sleep. And some girls would be screaming or whatever up until maybe 3 a.m. And then or when I'm trying to do homework, they'll be loud, and it's just not the fun time. Not a fun time. What? It's not a fun time. Weekends are the best because everyone does something on the weekends. I wasn't fortunate to do stuff on the weekends, but that worked out in my favor because that was my study time while it was quiet. Sunday night is when all hell broke loose. And number 5, age gap. I mean, if you're coming straight from high school, then from preschool or kindergarten or whatever to your senior year of high school, unless you're homeschooled, you were around people your age from, you know, tiny tot to semi-adult. So, you know, you're always around people your age minus, you know, teachers and parents. But when you go to college, that's not the case. Sure, like, a lot of people will be around your age in their 20s and stuff, but there are also going to be, like, a lot of adult students. So, like, people in their 30s or 40s are up. And sometimes you have to get used to that. And sometimes it's going to be awkward at first. Because I know I made friends with someone second semester who thought I was close to her age, and I thought she was close to my age. But she was in her 30s and I was 18. So, it's going to happen. You might meet someone who's older than you. More often than not, there's going to be people that are older than you in your class. And it's not a distraction. It's just, it's going to be something that you're going to be weirded out for a little while. But then you'll get used to the concept by end of first or second semester, if not end of college. Number 6, homesickness. So for me, I was happy to go to college. I was happy to move out, be an adult, do stuff, not have to. I didn't really have a lot of rules at home. I still don't, but I still liked being independent and stuff. So I didn't think I was gonna get homesick because I was just so ready to go. I was packed from even before graduation. I had college stuff and I was ready to go. But I think maybe like 2 or 3 months in, I just started feeling homesick. And homesickness doesn't have to be just like you know, miss being home and being around your family. It can also mean you miss like being with your friends, because if you are coming straight out of high school, you have been with your friends for 4 years and you're just used to them. So what I did is I distracted myself by like doing homework or going to Target or just doing stuff, because I'm fortunate enough to live 40 minutes from campus where I can come home on the weekends if I wanted to. Some people aren't so lucky because they go to school either out of state, out of country. They can't go home every weekend. So in that case, that's where technology can be either like sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing, can make you feel worse. My advice for you there is to distract yourself, like I said, either study or go find something going on campus. There's always going to be something going on your campus. Even if you go to a small school, there's going to be some sort of activity. My floor for my dorm, there's activities every few weeks, so I would do some of them. But as long as you keep yourself busy or distracted, you're not going to feel as homesick and you'll feel a little bit better. Number 7, and I cannot stress this enough, check your damn emails, okay? Check it when you wake up, check it when you go to the bathroom, check it when you go brush your teeth, while you eat breakfast. I don't care where, just do it. Trust me, my life has gone from waking up and checking social media first thing in the morning to waking up and checking my emails first thing in the morning. You know what? Even better. Instead of checking your emails altogether, I mean, still check them, but go ahead and download either mine. I use Gmail because I have a school Gmail account, or use your mail app on your phone if you have a smartphone. Just anything, turn your notifications on, okay? I don't know how many times where I've been saved because I have my notification on, or I was just having to be checking my email and seeing an email from my professor saying either class is canceled, or you need this book today, or you need this for class, or whatever. And I mean, there's only one time where that's failed, but that's because I didn't check my email at all that day. I was just on it was a slow day. You don't want to be that one person who shows up and nobody's in the classroom, or you're that one person that doesn't have what you need for class that day. And the one time I didn't check my email, it's because my phone wasn't working for whatever reason, or my email wasn't working that day because the internet was down or something. And I ran into one of my friends from class who told me, like, you can go back to campus, or go back to the other campus where the dorm was, because class is canceled. And I was so happy because it was a Friday. It was my only class. Best feeling ever, especially when you have like an 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and you get that email. You can go back to bed for a little bit longer, unless you have a class right after, then you gotta wake up. But check your email. I promise you, it will save you. Also, this is also how you're going to contact people for group projects if you're either in an online class or if you don't have those people's numbers. Number 8. I also cannot stress this enough. Go to class. What's the point in enrolling in college if you're not even going to go to class? Like, that defeats the purpose of going to college. I mean, yeah, there's excused absence days, but if you're just going to go and be like, I don't feel like this class, I don't like it. Well, there's some ways to get around that, I guess. First off, there's an amount of like excused absences, like I mentioned earlier, and I don't remember what step. I think it's number 2. But you have those, and there's that. Or when you're signing up for a class, use Rate My Professor, because that will give you an insight on how that professor is. And I think in all my classes that I've taken and enrolled in, the past 15 and the ones I'm taking this semester, I think only 3 or 4 of my professors weren't on Rate My Professor. I took them anyway, and it worked out in my favor because there's like one of my favorite professors, some of my favorite professors. If you know you're not a morning person, try not to enroll in 8 a.m.s, because I know I'm not a morning person, but that's the only option. If it's the only option and you need to take that class, then go ahead. And my philosophy is to skip only when I'm sick, when I'm dying, or I really, really, really like do or die need that time to do an assignment for another class. So say I have a paper, it was taking way longer than expected, I don't have time to finish it, but if I skip this class, then I can finish it. But even then, I try not to do that because I don't want to miss class. I really, really, really do not want to miss class. Number 9. Okay, short one, easy one. Keep your ID on you, and I don't mean just on campus. This is my ID. I'm gonna show you the back. I had a lanyard. I like this better, so it's easier. Keep it on you on campus. Keep it with you off campus, because on campus you're gonna need it either to check out a book at the library. You're gonna need it for something on campus. Off campus, you can get discounts for movies. I got I think $5 off at Yogurtland one time, and that was because I had it on a lanyard. I was wearing it like an idiot. Kidding. Number 10 is use your resources. What I mean by use your resources, I mean your school's writing center, career center, tutoring center, math lab, computer lab, whatever that's offered by the university. You're already paying for it in your tuition. Might as well use it, because it's not free, but you have that more access. It's more accessible now than when you're out of college. With all that being said, that's it for this week's video, and that also ends my back to school series. And just because the series is over doesn't mean I'm going to stop posting school stuff. I'll still post school stuff. In fact, if you want me to touch on a certain topic or whatever, go ahead and comment down below, or message me on my Instagram or my Tumblr. All my social media links will be in the down bar below, so that's easy for you, especially if you're watching on mobile. If you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Saturday. If you want to hear more from me, like I said, go ahead and follow me on all my social media links. All those links will be down below. I have a new Facebook page that I've had for a few months. I'm just starting to use it up again. I'll link that down below now. I update everything, literally everything that needs to be updated on that Facebook page. Way more than I need to. And yeah, I'll see you all next week with a new video. But until then, bye!